Alright, so for anyone trying to do the spark plugs on their Hemi or Scatpack, 6.2, these are the tools you're gonna need. 5/8 drive, preferably with the magnet for the spark plugs. You need a 10mm to loosen up those bolts down there, and then just a flathead and a Phillips just for that. And this thing. Let's get into it. Alright, now for starters, to take off this intake box, you gotta take off these screws, 1, 2, and 3. You should be able to pop this cover off and go ahead and loosen this bolt. This little band should loosen, pull the boot off, come up, and then we'll get to the next step. Alright, so to start off, just gonna take off these Phillips heads. Alright, so now that these are all loosened, pull the boot off, just kind of scoot it off a little bit. You should just be able to lift this entire top piece. Also clipped back here in the back, so just kind of have to push the little clips off as you're lifting the lift up as such, like this, and off, and then just go ahead and pull off your air line, twist it off, pull and twist. These tubes are usually on there pretty good, so now that it's off, you can go ahead and leave that in, but we do need to remove this. Now that you've removed your intake, just go ahead and remove this 8mm bolt right here. You can remove this entire thing just so you can reach that tiny bolt right there, but let's go ahead and get it done. So now that you removed everything, you can go ahead and remove these covers. All you gotta do is just pull straight up. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable and you might get worried that you're gonna break something, but literally just pull. It's clipped on. It's on there pretty good. One side, the other. Go, pop right off, and just do the same thing with the other side. All right, now for the next part, you're gonna need a 10mm. Go ahead and remove 1, 2 bolts for every single one of these, and then to remove the actual ignition coil, you pull this red tab up, and there's a tiny little thing in there. Kind of gotta push on it a little bit with a screwdriver or something as you're pulling up, and it'll go ahead and pop out. I'll show you. Just pop up the tab and just kind of press in and pull up, and it should come right off. And then just go ahead and take these off, and you should be good to go. Alright, now that you removed all the bolts and removed your clip, just go ahead and give this a nice little tug out. Not too crazy. You don't want to lose the rubbers that are on the ignition coil itself, but it will be on there if this is going to be your first set of spark plugs or your first tune-up for your vehicle. You hear that little pop, came out, pull these off, come to the side, and here comes the fun part, digging those bad boys out. So make sure you pick yourself up a 5/8 drive socket. These are usually magnetic if you get them specifically for the spark plugs. Just go ahead and go there, pull it off, rotate it, and we'll show you guys when we pull it out. And just put your tool down there. For me, I had to remove this box just because my extensions aren't fitting. If you have like a swivel, you should be good. With it spinning, good. Go ahead and pull it out. These bad boys definitely needed to get changed out. They're pretty horrible. Look at that, pretty burnt out. So we'll go ahead and get them changed. But the fun is, you gotta repeat it 1, 2, 3, and then 4 more times on the other side. Let's get it done. And once you're done, replacing the spark plugs, just go ahead and pop this back in. Just as such, set it down. Kind of set it in as much, line up the bolts, and then when you tighten these up, it'll, line itself up and push against it. But just for quick reference, so you don't get confused, what I was doing is I removed the bolts on all of them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolts back on for the ones that I already did. That way, just for reference, not to forget which ones we've already done. But let's go ahead and do the other ones. Once the spark plug's in, just go ahead and hand tighten it, slowly turn it, so that way you don't cross thread it. And once it's tight, you can go ahead and use your ratchet. 3, 2, we're done, just go ahead and reassemble everything. Make sure you hand tighten all these, put your clips all back in, and for the intake box, just set it back down on here. Put your one bolt that's gonna hold it in place. Then you can put your filter, the top, these last 3 bolts, and then we'll go ahead and start on the passenger side. Forgot to tape the passenger side, but pretty much just go ahead and, you know, repeat the process. You have a lot more room here. The one that's a little bit tricky is this one right here. I did have to go and choose 2, you know, shortened extensions instead of these 2. I was using these on the other side, but there's something kind of in between, you know, shortness and still being able to reach inside. But we're finishing up. We just need 1 more cylinder and pretty much everything is done, and we should be good to go.